The millennial woman is setting a new trend. Society is shifting, and many more women are now having children in their 30s more than ever before. For the first time in history, the Office for National Statistics in the UK says that over half of women born in 1990 had not had a child by age 30. In Nigeria, for example, there are growing signs that more women, especially those in the urban areas and with education, are waiting until much later. And fertility rates for women in their 40s are nudging up slightly, suggesting more women may be starting or completing their families later than before. But what does science say? It's common biological knowledge that science says fertility in women starts to decline with increasing age. So why are more women defying the odds and going for the later option? In today's video, we're comparing what it's like to give birth in your 20s versus in your 30s, the benefits, the unique challenges, and how the experience changes with age. Of course, I'm going to be leaning more into the 30s because that's what's becoming the trend for many women now. Let's go. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of today's video, why are more women waiting until their 30s before having kids? Top of the list of this reason is career and financial stability. All over the world, career and financial stability is ranking the top reason why more women are choosing to have kids later in life. More people are realizing that children are expensive, and financial independence, job security are some of the tools that can make parenting less stressful. Statistics have shown that money worries is the biggest source of stress for parents, and there's a kind of confidence that comes from knowing that you are able to provide for your children, when you know that you are able to make better choices for them, maybe in terms of quality education, their growth, their exposure, healthy meals, going on holidays, whatever this means for you. Education and personal growth is another key factor. All over the world, we are seeing women pursuing higher education and professional training for longer than ever before. According to this UN data, education is being posed as a strong predictor. Women with university degrees tend to have first birth 3 to 5 years later than those without. Finding the right partner later on is another reason. In Nigeria, for example, there's a popular saying that goes, "Nothing day outside again." But the fact that a statement is popular does not make it the truth. I do think that the reason why this is happening is that people are being more intentional about what they want in a life partner, and they are aware of what they want in a life partner, and they are going for it. I think that's another reason. So let's dive into the topic of today. What benefits does having kids in your 20s have to offer you? The commonest, of course, is the biology of fertility. The 20s have been described by science as the biological prime of fertility. Emphasis on science. This is because it's popular knowledge, or it's common knowledge, that your body produces the healthiest and most viable eggs in your 20s. The body's ability to handle pregnancy-related changes is at its best in your 20s. The body bounces back faster from the physical demands of pregnancy and labor, so physical resilience is actually better in your 20s. You're more likely to lose all of your baby fat with little or no effort at all in your 20s. This is because the basal metabolic rate, that is the rate at which your body burns calories, starts to slow down as you get older. As a 26-year-old first-time mom, I remember then that I did absolutely nothing at all to bounce back to my pre-pregnancy body. I did not change my diet. I did not increase my physical activity level. I did absolutely nothing at all. As a mom now, it's a different kettle of fish now. I've done diets, I've increased my activity levels just because I'm trying to keep myself healthy. So it's not you, it's because as we grow older, the metabolism starts to slow down and you need to put in more efforts now to stay healthy. So now that we know all of this, what should you expect as a 30+ mom who's looking to start a family soon? The first thing is financial stability. You are more likely to be more financially stable at an older age because by now it is expected that you are probably done with school, or you have a clearer path for your career, or you are even more established in your career. You are likely to be able to afford more things now than if you were younger. So let me give an example here real quick. I remember as a first-time mom, I was working in a government hospital. It was a youth service program organized by the country to go serve your country. So I was working in this general hospital in Nigeria, General Hospital, Kwara State to be specific. And I wasn't paid a dime. Like, the state government did not think it's worthy for them to pay a medical doctor 1 naira for her service to that hospital. The federal government was paying us some stipends, but I wasn't being paid as a doctor working there. So I remember then it was getting close to my birthday, and I know my husband gave me a particular amount of money to say, you know what, baby, go and treat yourself this birthday. But before then, I had seen so many stuff on Instagram I wanted to buy for my son, and I had been saving them in a folder on Instagram. The day my husband sent that money to me, before I thought about anything else, I ordered everything I was saving for my son. And before I could say Jack Robinson, I think I was left with 2,500 naira. I had bought nothing at all for myself. So what am I saying in essence? You are more likely to be able to afford more things now, both for yourself, both for your kids, even with the support of your husband. You are more likely to afford more things now than you would be able to afford them if you were younger. Another thing to look forward to as a 30-plus mom is emotional stability. Age comes with wisdom and patience. So now you are likely to be more patient, you're likely to be less under pressure, and you have a better understanding of times. A younger mom may feel very anxious to put her career on hold because you are likely to feel left behind. But as a mom in your 30s, there's a likelihood that you have achieved some career milestones, so you're willing to step back for a season without the feeling that you have lost yourself. I remember then when I was going for this compulsory national youth service, I was a year behind of my colleagues because I was pregnant and I had to stay away because I was very sick. So I was already a year behind, and the other bit of it was that I had to go back quickly because I wanted to catch up. In quotes, I wanted to catch up. So I remember then my baby was only 3 months. We had a nanny, but my baby was only 3 months when I went back to work. But imagine the pressure of feeling like you're behind, going to work in a clinical environment 3 months after having a baby and not getting paid. That's crazy. That was some crazy stuff going on. But now as an older mom, I realized that I had made some progress in my career. I was less under pressure. I had a better understanding of times, and I was comfortable with my decision to stay away from work for a whole year of maternity leave. I will keep saying it. Maternity leave was one of the best things to happen to me. So that's one thing you should expect as an older mom. Finally, when it comes to biology, it's not all doom and gloom for the older mom. There's actually a higher chance of multiple pregnancies in the older woman because studies have shown that due to hormonal changes, there is a chance that your body will release multiple eggs, which might result in multiple pregnancies. So who knows, those set of triplets, those set of twins you're expecting might actually come now. While this scenario may not be right for everybody, important questions we should be asking are, am I in a solid relationship? Or do I have the support system to have a child on my own? Am I ready to temporarily put a pause on my career? And am I financially secure to support a child? In conclusion, we know that there is a growing trend and more advocacy is in place to support older women in pregnancy. Even with biology suggesting these risks, studies have shown that there are more healthier babies born to mothers older than 35 than those with complications. And the good thing now is, with advancements in science, fertility experts and professionals are able to detect and respond to complications much earlier than later. However, more still needs to be done to make sure that these resources are available to all women, irrespective of their locations. So I'm going to round up by saying that there's a lot of things that science says, but God is also speaking. We serve a God who's not limited by age, whether 20s or 30s or 40s. He's not limited by science either. The Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything, through prayer, supplication, and thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto God. God is in the business of making everything beautiful in its time. If it's not yet beautiful, it's not yet time. Because I'm sure when it's time, it's going to be even more beautiful than you imagined. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something from it, please like and share it with someone that needs it. And remember to subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.